Have you thought about owning a short-term vacation rental but didn't know where to start? Well, stay tuned for this video. We're going to go through the 3 steps that we took to get started. What's up, everyone? It's Adam Rinkin, Denver's premier mortgage lender with Caliber Home Loans. Thanks for tuning in today. Today we're talking about the 3 steps that we took when we were getting started on our vacation rental search. So believe it or not, a lot of you have been on this journey with me the past year, but my wife and I just celebrated a year of owning our first short-term vacation rental. I received a lot of questions around it, and I wanted to kind of share what we did to get started. So first thing is, do your research. What is it about this specific market that has you intrigued? Is it a constant vacation spot? Is it, near attractions? Is it private? Is it secluded? Is it near the beach? What is it about this specific area that has you intrigued? Also, you want to make sure that you are in an area that does already have some vacation rentals. That way you can make sure that there is a demand for the product. You can kind of also figure out what they're charging on a nightly rate, compare your property, and it definitely helps with that budgeting piece. So when you're looking at those secluded places, make sure that there is a market for it as well. Also, look at the short-term rules. I mean, a lot of cities, a lot of counties right now are putting regulations in place where you have to have a license, or you have to apply for a rental hotel license, essentially. So definitely check into those when you're searching specific areas. Also, if you're looking at a condo or townhouse or even a single family that has an HOA, they may limit you on nights you can rent it, if you can rent it at all. So definitely something to consider as well. Are you going to manage the property yourself, or are you going to have a vacation rental company manage it for you? Definitely a lot easier if they're managing it, but also cuts into your pocketbook, which leads into my last section of the research. ROI, return on investment. Can I make money on this property? What are others, renting for on a nightly basis, and what can I potentially rent my place for? So now that I've got that figured out, next thing is get with a trusted realtor and trusted lender. And the reason is, especially if you are, out of state like we were when we purchased ours, you need those eyes, you need those feet on the ground, you need that person that has the ins and outs and knows you well enough to say, yep, this is going to be a fit for them, or no, I know it's not, after, what we've discussed. Also, talked about those regulations, city codes, etc. If you're working with a knowledgeable agent, they're going to be able to kind of navigate through that stuff and already be up to date on what's going on and what's changing. So therefore, you're not getting in a pitfall as long as you are working with somebody that's trusted and knows the market. Also, with your lender, they're going to be able to structure the loan so it's going to be advantageous for you, where you get to keep as much of your money as possible, but also make those numbers work for that ROI and making sure it's going to work, and the whole point of kind of doing an investment. Lastly, my number 3 is save your money. After you've figured out the budget, after you've kind of done your research, you've hired your team, now it's time to start saving that money, setting it aside, and making sure you have that emergency fund. You've got the traditional down payment, you've got the traditional closing cost. If you're buying in another state, you may even have a transfer tax. So definitely some other things to consider. Plus, unlike when you're purchasing your regular home, where you might have some of those furnishings, you're starting from scratch a lot of times, and you're purchasing that house from start all the way to setup. So definitely keep in mind on those things. Again, Adam Rinkin, Denver's premier mortgage lender with Caliber Home Loans. Please like, subscribe, and share, and reach out if I can help. Thanks.